Warning, the following broadcast contains strong opinions, playful antics, and controversial topics causing off-the-rails fun. Chances for being offended are higher than average for sensitive people. Viewer discretion is not advised. Live a little and have some fun.
Hey, fellas, what's going on?
What's up? That was an abrupt end. We didn't get the long version of the show intro this week.
Uh-oh.
It still seemed like forever to me, but whatever.
Your attention span's low.
Yeah,
that's
he
only
got it
because
all.
you guys. It's only because you guys coached the longest season known to humankind.
Dude, this season has flown by. It's February, bro. We're almost done.
Yeah.
Hey,
I can't believe it. Couldn't believe when I had to write February on my board at school. I'm like, holy crap. We're almost to spring.
hey,
It
well,
seems like it went on for a long time.
Oh man, hey, you know what we are at, don't you? Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, go Chiefs!
That's still a thing.
Yeah, there's a game coming up. I don't know
This
if
game,
you've
they
heard.
wear
of it.
Hey,
uniforms and
have you got the
Pro
script
Bowl's
yet?
gone, so I mean,
Have you gotten the script yet? I mean, I don't know. Zach's always saying there's a script.
I'm telling you, I'm conspiracy theorist. I'm telling
it's
you.
on.
We know.
Plane back from Tokyo.
Okay.
Gosh.
I mean, and you guys missed it because, like, I think me and Chris talked about some of this stuff, even though we do what we do. But Super Bowl, yeah. I mean, how many times is Taylor Swift going to be shown?
Man,
What's the prop bet on that?
Is there really?
There is.
Yes.
Oh,
Wait,
it's
of course
awesome.
there is.
Yes.
There's
There's
a
anything
bet
you can
on
bet
anything.
on.
You can bet on whatever you want.
Is there a prop bet that says that she comes in at halftime in a helicopter and slides down and does the halftime show?
I was wondering where you were going with
That's
that.
all Usher. So
Usher, he's doing the halftime show, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
What is this? 2003.
What's the chance?
Usher.
Reba McEntire's doing the national anthem.
Hey, all right.
What's the chances that when Usher is performing, that Lil Jon and Ludacris show up and they do, yeah.
Of course. What?
Hey,
Okay.
Yeah.
hey, Kevin, are you Chris's internet server over there? or what?
Is my internet that bad right now?
Hey, man, I finally got mine fixed. I'm
I
working.
figured
just
you were over at Chris's house right now trying to fix it. Hey,
No.
you need to turn your computer off like any good tech guy. Restart, close all windows.
No. You got to let
No.
it sit for 30 seconds first.
No,
Wait for 30 seconds and then turn it back on.
have you
My bad.
tried to power it off?
Maybe I just need to set it up so it's
Clear your browser history, Chris. I don't know.
I'm sure he does that
MLB
every.
Let's see. Google Sheets for
Is that what his players hear too when he's talking? I mean, no. Oh my God,
what is it? That
It's
I can't
not
tell.
great.
it's
As
not,
Mo would say, not great.
not great.
There we go. Now that he's gone, we can finally have a real show.
Are we
So,
still
fellas,
on?
no, he's running it. He's just
quit.
Yeah.
It's live.
He took his ball and went, we're live, Jarvis. No, he just took his ball and went home. He'll be back. So now that he's gone, Jarvis, start us off. You wanted to not talk about the Super Bowl. Now that he's not here, we can talk about whatever we want. So go ahead.
So everyone is still seeing us, right? Like,
Yes, we
yeah.
are live. We
I
are
just
live.
we're
Yeah.
good.
Awesome.
We're good.
So there's a big game coming up Friday, man.
This
like-
Friday.
Chris could end the winning streak. They're on like a 12-game winning streak. And Chris Miller is the guy for the job.
Who's they?
The R7 Blue Jays. They've won like 12 in a row.
Hey.
They just beat Saxony Lutheran. And now they have, wait, is that at R7?
Yes, at R7.
They have the Lancers coming to town.
It's hoops for hope night. It's that whole bit.
It's the whole Hoops for Hope night and everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Which is good. That's always
They're doing that with you guys this year, huh? Yeah. Well, they always pick us for that too, it seems like. But
hey, Breeze has them rocking and rolling now.
oh,
I mean,
you're dang right he does. I mean, like
they haven't lost this new year.
man.
Yep.
Yep.
They haven't lost this new year, and ever since the you go back to the since the Christmas tournament, they've come in, and I mean they won the consolation bracket, and they've just been off and running. And I mean, Jarvis, you guys have played them, and you've seen all their players. It's going to be tough row to hoe for Miller and the Lancers Friday night.
Yeah,
Well-
but I mean, I'm pretty confident that Chris Miller of the St. Pius Lancers, of the Fighting Millers, and the Fighting Millers / Lancers, I think they're going to put up a fight. And I think Jefferson is playing DeSoto tonight, so that would be 13 in a row if they win tonight. And could Miller and the Lancers stop it? I mean,
hey,
dude,
never
it's
know.
like, I mean,
again, throw the records out the window, and you got two rivals battling it out.
records. You're talking about 2 4-0 teams in the conference.
Right?
We're gonna battle for the championship, man.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to watch. I think live stream's going to be there. I cannot wait to watch the replay after our game's over in Crystal.
Hey, I just, you can say what you want about Jefferson. Chris's team is 7-2 since the new year.
Mhm.
So they're playing pretty well just the same.
13 in a row, and then when R7 trumps the Lancers, that'll be 14 in a row.
Wow. Tell us how you really feel there, Charles.
I don't know that they will. I'm just trying to get it all right.
He's trying to stir it up.
Trying to work it all up while Chris is not here. I mean, you got two good coaches going at it with Chris and Breeze, and I had two guys that I look up to as coaches, and two teams that are, like you said, I mean, Pius 7-2 whooped our butts, but R7 whooped us a little better. But R7, they got some dominant players in Breeze, and then the Weiler kid, number 40, and it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting.
Yep,
Oh, let's see.
definitely.
We can talk about coaches fashion at some point. You got Breeze looks like an actual coach on the sideline.
Is that I see one good coach wears a button up when he coaches.
Yes.
Well, this
So-
is going to be Hoops for Hope, so maybe they'll be wearing T-shirts.
Hey, I wonder
Okay.
if Chris pull out a
Hey,
pink
yeah,
shirt?
there he is.
I say they should wear jeans. That's.
I've
my
been sitting
take.
here watching and
Jeans
waiting
and
for my internet to catch back up, and you guys are full of
Hey,
crap more than I've
internet
ever
sounds
seen.
really good. So, what's your prediction there, sir?
See what happens.
One day.
He went out again.
The internet went out again.
Even
You need
his
to reboot
internet
your
has
router.
coaches speak. Even the
No, I
internet
mean, it's
over
gonna be.
at the
I
Miller
think it's going to
household
be
has
electric
coaches speak.
night, man. You got
Yeah.
two coaches going at it. You got Breeze and Weiler. You got Whitman and Flanagan. I mean, you got both teams have two good, really, really good players surrounded by a good supporting cast. I think it's going to be a clash, man.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
mean, this dude just won down in Perryville at St. Vincent at the house of Valroy and Halfcent.
Hey, you did too. You beat the Fighting Valroys just the other night.
Yes, that was at our place, is what
Yep.
Bruce would say. He didn't get to bring his refs with him. And yeah, we did. We played really well last night. But this ain't about me. This is about the conference championship, and probably coach of the year for our conference is probably up for this game too. I mean, the winner takes it all.
No, Coach Breeze is his kids have played really well, and you don't win 12 games in a row.
If they beat DeSoto tonight, 13.
Well, there you
they
go.
Beat you 13, guys Friday, 14.
14. And that will set up them as the number one seed in the district now that our district seed meeting is on Saturday. So
are you in the same district as R7?
We are always in the same district as R7.
I used to be in that district, but we're so big, as you guys always say.
Right? I mean,
smallest class 4 school. One of the smallest class 4 schools in the state, but whatever. No, man, that's good stuff. I mean, we while we're talking about local small schools, I might as well talk about what we have on Friday. We head over to Crystal City. We've played twice already. We beat them the very first time. Second time we were up 20-2, in which I've been talking about this with my kids, and then we let them right back in the game and ended up losing to them in the Park Hills tournament. And so play for the third time on Friday.
Rubber match.
So travel over there, and it'd be nice to go 3-2 in the conference this year. And my kids have been playing pretty well as of late. We've won 5 out of our last 8, so won the consolation championship in our tournament. And I mean, our biggest game that I would talk about was probably last night against Vincent. I mean, Vincent just beat Kelly not too long ago, which was state ranked. I mean, Vincent's a good team. We just Moreland played really well last night. They had 14 points, 11 rebounds, 4 steals, I think, and 3 or 4 assists. Duncan had a monster night. He had 21. The Albertson kid played well for us again. Devin Black dished the ball out really well last night. Some pretty passes to Moreland and a few others. So, but I mean, it'll be interesting. Flanagan and Whitman, Breeze, and Weiler. See how that all plays out.
We just got to take it one game at a time.
Oh my gosh!
Go to another show. Go. You're gone.
Go back on assignment for a minute.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna say anything. They beat us 80-63 last year, and I made sure that our kids knew about it.
I bet 80-63 has been talked about a lot then this week.
It might have been 83-60. I think that's exactly what it was. 83-60, and that was the most points we gave up last year as a team. So I wanted to make sure that we knew that. And
all right. I've given up 94 this year. No biggie.
We've been playing better. There's no doubt.
I got stuff I would say, but
there's a lot to say about that. There's a lot. I'm going to blame it on Buddy. He does the defense, but I hope he's watching because he knows I'm just joking. But
we won last night and playing the St. Louis Patriots, who it's the best St. Louis Patriots team that I've seen.
That is the best one.
Yeah,
they look good. That little guard.
They have some athletes, man.
Yeah.
Big.
And that lefty guard, man.
Big.
He played well.
Which that probably was a good game to have before playing Pius. I mean, before playing R7. That's probably a good game to have.
I was really worried, and I kind of felt like we were looking ahead, and I told them. And told the kids, I said, guys, this is not the same old St. Louis Patriots where you show up and beat them, they get out of their cars and show up. We're losing at halftime. I mean, I said, played, you're only down 3. A bunch of kids don't every day. Which, I mean, hey, all they had to do is get out of bed. Classroom, and that's great. And then we go play basketball, and I said, whatever. And I said, we just got to play a little bit better defense. And we had to wait until I think we had probably a 11, 13-point hole and started digging out at the end of the third quarter. And then we had a really good fourth quarter where we decided to play some defense and move the ball. I thought we did a really good job. 2 kids with 9 assists.
So you had to dig out of a little bit of a hole last night too. We were down 8 in the fourth quarter and ended up winning that game. Yeah. I only heard about 14 words you said because your internet sucks, but keep going.
Dang. That's why I don't need to say anything.
I think someone's trying to tell you to be quiet tonight. No.
God.
Yeah, the Patriots are tough this year, man. They are, right? They got some good players, and man, I still can't wait till Friday. I can't wait till maybe my game will get over early enough since there's not much JV being played and stuff that there's no girls JV being played. And then I think we're only playing 2 quarters of JV. So maybe I'll get done soon enough that I can tune in to the broadcast of Pius R7.
We only have 2
at
games
R7.
going on. There's only varsity girls, varsity boys.
Oh, you only have 2 going
on.
Well,
they're playing JV tomorrow night.
No.
Hey, all I could say is they got to have something way better than last year's JV game.
Breeze has to have better internet than Miller.
He's able to do the scouting report, you know.
Yeah. His huddle doesn't buffer.
Okay, so what do you? I don't know that I'd like doing that JV one night, and that's 2 nights that a coach is going to have to be out.
Right. To me, I like the 4 locally. You know, the 4-game night. I think it's special for the kids. You get you get a big crowd. It's a lot of support. It's a long night because you're starting at 4:00 or 4:30, and then it's going to go well past 9:30, maybe past 10 o'clock hour. But man, the games that we've been a part of the last few years, locally here, when it's been the 4-night or the 4-game matchup, has been great. Even I think it was Herky. It might have been Herky Pius years ago when I made the call, when I did play-by-play or color for one game. It was a 4-game night and it was packed. It's something about that. It's that atmosphere that
our R7 game last year was electric, man.
Mm-hmm.
4-game night, tough loss we took, but man, the atmosphere is cool. I think they're going to get away from those 4-game nights, though. I think we're going to go back to traditional Thursday, Friday. But I'm not a big fan of the JV Thursday and varsity Friday, because then I look at my calendar and I'm like, so for all my conference games, I'm going to have 2 nights plus the Tuesday night game that you'll have if you play a Tuesday night game. And I'm looking at 3 to 4 nights out.
Right.
And
hey, you didn't even talk about weather. We've been very, very fortunate it seems like this new year with weather.
I truly don't mind splitting them.
What?
I like the 4-game night, but I truly don't mind, like, if we go back to girls playing Thursdays, boys playing Fridays.
Hey, is my internet still suck? Because that's the stupidest thing I've heard Zach say already in this last week. It's only about Wednesday. We've had all kinds of weather crap happen.
I know he was sarcastic, I think is what he was saying.
There's no way. He said
60 degrees today.
I don't give a damn what it was. We had 18 days off between
games. That's
because
the schedule. You guys didn't schedule it correct.
It had nothing to do with the schedule. I had 15 days off. I lost my Patriots game. They did. Oh my God. I'll have. They wanted to play in March.
Well, they can.
I know
they can. Again, you talk about the Patriots. I know years ago, put them on the schedule. We had talked to them and they said, hey, we play a lot of the JCC and MAAA teams because we're gearing up for our national homeschool tournament. And when we played them, they really didn't have that good of a record, again, because they're playing all of these local teams. And they're like, hey, we might roll out with like 20 plus losses. Heck, they play 40 games, but every year, the following year, I talked to them. How'd you guys do? Well, we finished 3rd, we finished 2nd in the nation. So playing that schedule for them,
No,
panned
it
out.
helps them.
So
I mean,
yeah,
they play a lot of basketball, dude.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're
they play a lot of
everywhere.
basketball. But I really think, going down the stretch here, you got some interesting games coming up. I mean, Festus has Windsor and Hillsboro still again on there, and after that,
hey, they
Thriller.
just played another overtime game, Festus
Yeah,
Hillsboro.
so
Yeah.
Festus Hillsboro has to play again. You have some of those big school matchups are going to be fun because they get to run them again, and that is the thing that with the home and home or home, however you call it,
Mhm.
that
Home and home. Yeah.
home and home that is kind of cool at some points, but like I'm already playing Crystal 3 times this year, and that's without the home and home. So, there's for and against that home and home stuff.
Mhm.
Well, and you get to the weather situation like what they had, and
Yeah.
those large schools are going to backload a bunch of conference games into that last week just because of that. I'm surprised they didn't start playing conference games in December.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
Well, and some do, like they might have had one matchup here or there, because I know even on the
yeah,
small school side, I think there's been conference games before the new year, and that might be again for different reasons and rationales, whether some
Yep.
schools off, or like I know when I was at Grandview, we had to reschedule the Pius game because of the pro-life march
Pro-life
and
march,
rally,
yeah.
right?
But
So that mhm.
the way schedules are, there's no there's like no non-con season and then into conference season. It's not really
Right.
that way anymore. It's just like, hey, we got an opening the first week of December. Can we play our conference game then? And it may be the only place you can get it in. So
Mhm.
it's not optimal, but that's what some schools have gone to.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
So, well, Chris, I saw you put a link up there. You want to tell everybody again about the Super Bowl squares? I mean,
I'm
while
going
you
to try if internet holds up here, and if it doesn't, I guess you guys just need to do it. That's great. No, we're doing the Super Bowl Square Challenge. It's the third time we've done this. It's we'll be split the pot 60-40. It's on that link. It's a random draw Super Bowl Square, and the proceeds go to helping us. We want to try to do some stuff in the springtime with the podcast with Off the Rails Media. We are looking to maybe do some baseball games if all that works out, and that'll definitely help us keep the lights on. It's really all it's for. But if you want in, it's $10 a square. Even if you buy one, we are truly appreciative. We still got about half of them left, and I know it's dwindling down. We're going to be taking them all the way to Saturday. Last time we did this, it seemed like everybody waited till last minute. I get it. Everybody wants to make sure or get the payday. I know I do. Friday. So that's the goal. We want to make sure we do it, and it turns out to be a lot of fun. $100 for quarters the end of score for quarter one, halftime in the third quarter, and then a $250. Nope, that's wrong math. Anyway, it's a lot. It's $300. Sorry, I had to think about it.
the internet's running his calculator as well.
Yeah,
So
I'm tired. But anyway,
too many late practices.
It's probably all that game planning for Friday.
yeah, or it's a full moon somewhere, and every kid decided to do some stupid crap today.
Hey, full moon and the
Oh,
beginning of the month.
administrator cap had to be on today.
Nope, middle management. Middle management.
Middle management.
Awesome
Whatever.
stuff.
at best, middle management.
At best. Assistant to the regional manager. Anyway, that's something that we want to do. So if you're interested in doing that, you can jump on that link. If you know us, you can just bring cash to us, one of us, or you can Venmo. If you contact me and say, hey, I got Cash App, we can make that happen. But give you a couple options anyway. And Coach Eddie is 100% right. That was the game plan for us. We're just going to try to score more points than the other team.
My
and-
gosh, he's even got his assistants talking.
I'm telling you what,
my
man.
Lord,
We're
these
not
people are
off the rails.
brainwashed.
We're on a
I know.
straight stretch
Hey,
right now.
call it like you see it.
Oh, for the guy that does, I don't want to piss off any officials. You guys are all the greatest. I don't want to say anything at this. You go back and watch the show, Jarvis.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you're not. You're a
You
PC.
are right. I said maybe 2 words to officials. I don't talk. We don't have conversations because I
Hey,
don't want to.
I know Coach Eddie's watching. By the way, somebody asked him about getting subs pressed at some point, and let him have a conversation about that. That's
Was
that's
that
a fun
recent
one.
by chance?
That was pretty much last night. Don't press the whole game. Decide press our subs. JV, it's good stuff.
Hey,
That don't you?
was he up or was he down?
He was down.
That happens.
Got to secure the
Yeah,
victory.
I've seen that happen. So
He
many
should have
times.
yelled at the guy in Bosnia, and nobody would have known what he was saying.
That's fair. I mean, hey, young guys, he'll
Oh
learn.
my God! If I knew another language during our game, I'd have been yelling so much crap at you, dude.
Said he was down a lot.
Great. Next
Hey,
year, we're going to hear Jarvis yelling pig Latin down the sideline at Miller.
That's all. It's all fun. Coach Eddie was told to stop barking at the other coach by one of our fine officials here in Jefferson County.
Wait a minute. So he was yelling. That's awesome. I want to go.
Sorry, Coach. I mean,
can you send me that film? I want to watch.
Pretty sure it was streamed live, Jason.
Oh well,
Hey, just request it. I'll send it to
I
you.
was at your house. The technology wasn't working very well.
Oh, that's good. That's fair.
It's delayed.
Oh, there's so many things I want to say.
It looks like a bad Japanese dubbed movie.
Anywho, there was a delay.
Man,
yeah,
as soon as you got off, they wanted to talk your game. I mean, it wasn't even like a second. They're like, well, he's gone. Let's talk about it. I was like, dang.
Well, hey,
Jason, I sat there and I can watch and listen to everything you guys are
That was
saying.
awesome.
I just turned the
was like-
video off to
You
let
were
the
gone,
internet
they were-
catch back up.
You were gone. Your pious buddies are like, yeah, let's go.
That's fine.
Man, hey, imagine that. We got a show tonight, and there's no Jim Powers again. Wow.
Well, he's got a game tonight.
I don't
Oh,
care.
actually
I'm
doing
throwing him
something.
under the bus. I'm throwing him
Hey.
under the bus.
That's fine.
Hey,
Big time.
something tells me if I watch about 10:30, 10:45 TV on Friday night, I'll see him. So I guess I'll have to tune in just to say, see Jim. Hey, Jim.
Yeah, well,
Should probably schedule our next show at 10:30 on Friday night. If we feel enough.
Right.
Well, he'll be asleep by then. Grandpa
Yeah,
goes
he
to bed
pre-tapes.
early, man.
He pre-tapes all those shows at like 4 p.m. because it's scripted. So
I
That's good
wrote
stuff.
down a bunch of stuff about some local teams and stuff, but one thing I wanted to. So I don't know if you guys noticed in the leader that Brian Saharsky got hired as the new AD at Hillsborough, right? He is currently the basketball coach, right?
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting next year. We'll see who ends up going to Hillsborough and being the new head basketball coach there. I don't know if they have someone on staff that maybe that could step into those shoes, but that would be a good program for a head coach to take over. They've got a good history there, and goes back way back. But I mean, recent history: Dan Johnson, and then Saharsky. And, they've won a lot of games. I think they're like 11-5 this year or something like that right now. And
I actually had a coach on the other side of the state that I know reach out about that job and ask me about it tonight.
yeah.
And I'm like, I wasn't even thinking about it. I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I saw that in the paper. I thought, man, that'll be a job that'll be interesting to see. Hey, your assistant coach says I know a guy.
Yeah, he would say that. That's how it is.
Hey, I there's a few that popped in my head too. But
I know some people.
I know some coaches. I don't know. That'll be interesting to see how that unfolds after season's over and everything.
I mean, I'm sure it'll be a job that people seek out. And you see it every year. There's a coach who retires. There's a coach who moves to say a better job or makes a jump to a higher class and moves up, I guess you could say, and then a job opens up, and it's just the way it is. Being a guy who's Jason can attest to this because we both worked in several schools. If you're always looking for another gig to coach at, and because you may have a bunch of problems in your own place and you're not being told you need to leave, you're always inheriting somebody else's problems too. So the grass isn't always greener, and that's what when I was younger, I was just like, I don't deal with this crap. I need to go find somewhere else. And try to tell myself that. And then last couple places I've coached, I've stayed a little bit. So I think that's helped out. That's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good stuff. Well, I found $10. $10. $10 you can use to buy a Super Bowl square.
Hey,
So
there wasn't. I will say there was no coaches speak in that, so that was an upgrade.
Yeah.
That was a $10 upgrade. Yeah. maybe you should get T-Mobile internet, but buy some squares, guys. If you want to keep seeing our ugly faces on here, buy some squares. And,
okay, wait. We need to sell the product.
Oh, well, I said
them away.
that would sell it. I mean, people like to see us. I mean, I'm sure Ron Rhodes will tune in. I know Bruce will because Bruce said he watched last week's episode.
He hadn't watched when we played.
Oh, he had watched.
So I told him, I said,
we played Tuesdays. Oh, so you sold. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I got us a viewer for that one. I just told him, I go,
sure
you haven't watched it yet, did he? He goes, no. He said, I always catch up. I never get to watch. I guess he watches during school time.
Man, you just threw him under the bus.
No, what are they going to do? Fire him?
Well, this is coming from the guy that watches Disney Plus.
I was gonna say,
I haven't even had my TV on in months. Okay, gosh, if I turn it on to watch 101 in the morning,
well,
and just catch the opening drive, I'll watch it for maybe 20 minutes, and then by then I'm muting it, and it's just running until the screensaver comes on.
Well, it was expressed to me that he had watched parts of the show. And I said, oh, which part? And he goes, you know what part? And
Little Penny.
Little Penny. But yeah, it was
Kevin Garnett.
We had a good chuckle, man. We had a good chuckle, and it was fun to get a win, but dude, it's just fun coaching against Bruce, man. Just to listen to him and just the wealth of basketball knowledge that man has. So many things. He's killed me with so many things that I've taken them and added them into our game plans, like added them into my plays. Like there's a couple inbounds plays I took from him. I mean, like he just keeps railing me with this, so I'm going to rail people with this, man.
It's so interesting because you get some parents that'll talk to you as coaches that don't know Bruce but watch him coach, and they're like, how could anybody ever play for this guy? How could ever, he just screams and yells the whole game, and it's like, I'm telling you, if you knew Bruce, you'd want to play for him. He's one of the best guys you could ever meet. Willing to help you do anything, but it's so weird how people who don't know him react to him.
Well, he's definitely a competitor.
Yeah. Oh, he's a furious competitor.
Yeah, and he even, how was it? I guess the game that they lost to us for conference a couple years ago, he even told me, he goes, no, it was last year. Excuse me, last year's game where they played us at home. He's like, I was so pissed that we lost that game. I'm like, why? He goes, I thought we had a better game plan. Yeah, I'm just pissed about it. And I was like, what? It was random. He just brought it up. I was like, all right, I'm glad you lost.
He's just one of those guys that he was so nice to me when my first year as a head coach at Herky, and he was encouraging me because that first year I was a deer in headlights. Second, you only win 3 games. You're like, dude, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. That thought's going to come in your mind, even though I thought I knew what I was doing, but I'm like, oh my God, I feel, and he made me feel really good. He was always welcoming. It's always good to talk any sport with him, but basketball especially. And man, I admire Bruce. He's a good dude. He's a class act. He's awesome.
Jason, he was the same way with me my first year as an AD. As the 2 private schools in this public school conference, he was the same exact way, and I immensely thank him for everything he did for that. So,
well, I gotta say,
class act, man.
Him and I had some pretty good conversation the other night before we played, and then exchanged some text messages that later on that night after the game, and then the next day, and it was good because he's very supportive, very encouraging of me, and likewise with him. So
as long as he's not playing me, I can root for him.
I mean, I it's like this. Even if I'm playing somebody that I'm friends with, like say Jason here for example, I always root for my friend's success in this business, and I'm just a competitor whenever we play. And as I've gotten older, I've tried to take myself out of it and put, it's the kids are going up against each other, obviously, when they know each other and there's familiarity. So it's about them. I'm just a part of it. And it's fun for me to coach against somebody that I know that I'm friends with, because I know how competitive they are. And I know what work they put in with their kids. And I mean, I guess between friends, you always have the bragging rights, and I'm still waiting on my wings. But that's the fun part about it.
We can barely meet to have a show, and we're going to meet to eat wings. I mean, I don't know.
You got to just DoorDash him wings to school.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do that too.
I don't get paid till Friday, bro. So hold off.
Oh, hold on, you deliver, don't you? Just go to his house one day. And
I ain't worked second job this week, man. I've been preparing.
Preparing.
Well, I had to have that game plan on Bruce on Tuesday, and then I got another oldie in Phil Tessero over there. I'm gonna have to try to go against on Friday. So, and I'd say the same thing as Breeze. He's old too. So
Silver Fox.
Silver Fox Breeze, and yeah. It's our conference as a whole, us coaches all get along pretty well.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
there's times.
There's times, but for the most part, I mean, I can't think of any time in the recent past where it's been an issue with anybody, to be honest with you. So
no, and that's one thing I like about our conference, even private, small, non-private, and blah blah blah. It's good fun.
I mean, even when I was at Grandview and Eric was coaching at St. Pius, and we had a couple of barn burner kind of games. Not the first time we played him when Kobe was a freshman. They just killed us. But even then, I mean, it was like Eric's jaw jacking me down the sideline. I was like, all right, buddy, and it was all in good fun. So I mean, it's fine. Like I said, the older I've gotten, I just kind of take myself out of it, and I'm just there for the ride, man. I'll take the losses, kids get the wins, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day. So,
there was Coach's speak. There he is. There it is.
And on that note, Chris, why don't you coach?
Yeah,
you better Coach's speak us a break.
Well, I can't say a lot of other stuff because if I do and the internet cuts out, I'm going to take it out of context.
It's
because
pretty
good
bad. For a minute now. So we'll see.
Don't talk about it. It's only going to get worse.
Probably. All right, we come back. We're actually going to talk about the Super Bowl at some point. So you're watching the Coach's Box. We'll return.
I'm a parking gate and I'm all out of whack.
Please insert your parking ticket.
It's gonna take a lot more than a little ticket to get out of here. And if you have cut rate car insurance, this could leave you all bent out of shape. No! So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Someone!
That's broken too, pal.
Mayhem is everywhere.
Are you in good hands?
Imagine an HVAC as unnoticeable as the air itself. Sounds pretty good, huh? The new Daikin Fit. Air intelligence.
Give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com.
Guys, if you've been in to check out the changes at Casey Buck's Grub and Pub, stop by, check us out. We've got awesome wings. We got great pizza. We got a steak sandwich, a steak salad. Holy cow. We got games. We've got lotto. We've got cold beer. We've got a little bit of everything. Stop by, check us out. Check out the weekly specials. Barbecue, pork steaks. Yum. Harold's Market. Thank you, my friends. Check us out. We are waiting for you.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the second segment of the Coach's Box. If you like our show, you can check out all of our old episodes on our Facebook page. If you're watching there, you just make sure that you like it and follow it, or you can go back and watch on YouTube, and you can do all of that for the grand total of how much? I forgot. I'm tired. Long season.
It's 0.
How did you? No, you were like the ringleader of that. You can't forget that.
Yeah, that's true. I people told me, hey, it's the wave of the future to put your stuff behind paywalls. And I said, you can take your wave of the future and shove it up your, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. So we're doing it for free. And that's what we want to try to do. So that's one of the reasons why, when you have to make some of the costs and stuff on this, which we don't mind to do. It's, but it does help, especially when we're trying to help get content out for you guys. And try to do some different things, especially when it comes to broadcasting, some of the kids' games and things like that. That's why we're doing the Super Bowl Square Challenge, and we decided we were going to do that, split the pot. There's still a chance for you to win some big money for not very much money. We had people who've won it with $10, and they come out really happy. So even if you want to buy one, if you want to buy 10, we'll take that. But if you want to buy a Super Bowl Square, we do have the link in the comments. You can do that. We're going to be selling those up until Saturday, or until they're all sold. So appreciate any help and anybody who's already bought some of those, and hopefully we can get a good turnout. We have 100 squares to sell, and we still have about half of them left, and I think they'll all sell by the last minute. That's just how it usually goes. So try to jump in and get a part of that, and try to win you some free money. Well, for $10, I would say free money.
I can guarantee
grow your money.
I can guarantee some people will win some money because I'm going to buy a couple squares, and I'm guaranteed loser on those. I never win that crap.
What's really funny is I want to say it was a couple of years ago. It was one of our sponsors actually bought 5 squares and won 3 of the quarters by herself. I was like,
was that when we had the Super Bowl party at Pius?
Yeah,
that was a fun night.
Yeah, I won the first quarter.
That's right. That's right.
That was a fun Super Bowl party, and that was just good memories right there. It made me laugh. Just
good times, right?
Oh.
So anyway, Zach, what's on tap? I know you don't drink, but what's on tap?
You said you wanted to talk about the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
dude, it's the Super Bowl is Sunday. Okay, we're going to talk about the Super Bowl.
Can you believe it?
Enough about our game and things like that, and all this other crap.
One of the best nights for pizza places like Emo's, and I said, "Screw it, I'm taking it off. I'm going to watch Mahomes win another one."
You're Mahomes.
I say that the Monday after the Super Bowl should be a federal holiday, so that way everybody gets
Dude,
off.
that would
work
be so
the next
awesome.
day. The next day, I say, come on now, come on, Biden, you can do that. Executive order. Come on now, there could be one good thing.
Hey, I'm sure. I mean,
Whoa.
What?
Hey, you can't say that about him. He's the only guy who's ever fallen forward on purpose. Up the steps.
Up the steps.
How does that happen?
hey, Ron Rhodes, thank you. I appreciate it.
No, what did he say now? I didn't even see the
Congratulations
comment.
to Jarvis on his big win this week.
Yeah.
Hey, so Ron, when you come back on the show next week, you'll be congratulating Chris on his conference championship.
Anyway, about the Super Bowl, let's talk about that. What's everybody's thoughts about the game in general?
Okay,
I mean,
right.
go ahead.
Holmes, Kelce, and T Swift are winning, baby.
All right, so we'll get to all that at the end. I did have some questions for you guys regarding the Super Bowl. So, I mean, obviously we have our history with the Rams leaving, and now we're kind of rooting for the Chiefs and all of that. So I was looking this up. If the Chiefs win, that's going to be their third, or if that's going to be their third Super Bowl victory. If you look at what's happened, the Chiefs have gone to the AFC title game, and I think that's what the last 5 years.
5 of the last 6 or something.
5 of the last
5 of the last 6.
5 of the last 6. That this is going to the Super Bowl. 4 out of 5 years. So, in your opinion, if they win, where do they rank amongst dynasties in NFL history? And go.
Well,
boy, this is just like class. This is just like class.
Third,
and go.
I'd say I put them the Patriots dynasty because of its longevity is 1.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the Steelers in the 70s might be 2.
Kevin, can you clarify, because the Patriots dynasty is basically 2 parts. It's not. Because there's a big gap in between, yes, with 2 Super Bowl losses to the stupid Giants, but
still going.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad.
I'm saying the whole thing, even with going to the Super Bowl.
Did you see the Eli Manning thing? That was hilarious.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. You send it to me.
Chris, you brought it up. Oh my God! So he. Oh, dude, that made me laugh. He did a tick. Well, what did he do exactly? It was
gosh. It's a great insight. Good research, Jason.
No, he basically said, "Oh yeah, Tom Brady's the GOAT. I'm a nice guy. Tom Brady's the GOAT, but I beat him twice or whatever." Yep. And yeah, it was kind of a diss. It was kind of good. I'll have to find it and send it to you, Miller. It's good.
Uh-huh.
Did you find $10 after that too?
If you did buy a square, right?
No, I'm
gonna buy a square.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey, Tom Brady's the GOAT.
Yeah, here it is.
I'm nice, but I beat him twice."
Yes.
Essentially that's what it was. It was a little rap. It was like a battle rap.
Gotcha.
Turned into a meme-ish, that type of thing.
Yeah, who was he battling with? It was
I don't
rapper,
right.
And it was just. I mean, the Mannies are funny, man. Yeah. They're worth admission. They're funny.
Probably during the Pro Bowl because they were coaching against each other during.
That's what it was. Yes, it was the Pro Bowl stuff.
Hey, yes. Okay, we could talk Chiefs 49ers later. I kind of like the format.
We keep pushing the Super Bowl crap. We keep bringing it up, and then it goes.
Our Super Bowl preview sucks because we don't ever talk about it.
Hey, it's called a teaser. I like the Pro Bowl events. It was kind of neat seeing the linemen.
Go ahead.
Linemen seeing the line. There were 2 things. So one, seeing
he's
the
used to being teased,
right?
Okay.
So seeing the linemen do their activity, and
the
then
windows open all the time over there. Go ahead.
Kelce doing the on the sled. That was kind of funny. And then here's the other thing: the QB competition. Man, there's some bad QBs. Man, the accuracy game, they're so bad.
They're all hammered.
They play that in Florida.
No, it's out in Vegas, I think.
It's at the the side of they all do that at the side of the Super Bowl now, don't they?
I
They
think
do
so.
it all together.
Because I know people were aggravated that it's not in Hawaii. I know they're all up in arms.
Hell
about
yeah!
that.
If I was an NFL player, I want to go to the Pro Bowl in Hawaii. I don't want to freaking go
You're
to.
rich enough anyway. If you're
Oh,
an NFL
stop.
player, go buy a ticket and go in your off time. Get out of
Listen
here
to
with
you,
that
Zach.
nonsense.
Hey, inflation's high. Okay,
Right,
things cost
okay.
more.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So are minimum contracts in the NFL.
That's right. Just ask Brock Purdy.
Yeah,
Man,
getting paid
So-
league minimum, rookie contract.
hey, there are, and I know we're chasing rabbits here. There
No way,
are,
are we?
There are all kinds of college players making way more money than Mr. Irrelevant. That's
they
just,
are.
the system is broken. It is so
we
broken.
need to jump
It's
on that
shattered.
another
I
time.
know.
Oh,
All right. But
you are
okay,
correct, Chris. But that is college sports is ruined.
right?
It's ruined.
So go back to it. Kevin's the only one that answered. He says third. That if the Chiefs win, they become third behind the Patriots, and you said the Steelers. Jarvis, where do you think if they get another Super Bowl win, that makes 3 in however many years? Where do you put them? Where do you rank them?
4.
And many people are putting them where? Where did they put them?
No, where do you put them? Where do you think
Like with the Patriots and the Niners
historically? Yes,
and the Steelers, man.
you got the Cowboys of the 70s and early the 70s as well.
Mm-hmm.
The 80s Niners.
If he wins this one and then they win another one, they're right behind the Patriots. But
Yeah.
I don't think this one puts them behind the Patriots.
How many did Montana win? 4 or 5? Was it 4?
4.
So
Well,
yeah.
and then you had Steve Young to follow. I mean, I don't know. The Niners were tough. Niners are not winning. Chiefs are winning the Super Bowl. Mark it down. You heard it here first. Chiefs are winning.
Chris, what do you think?
Too much smoke. Too much smoke. You got Taylor Swift. You got the Swifties. You got Travis Kelce. You got Jason Kelce's going to have his shirt off, and he's going to be partying. And
He's
the
gonna look
Chiefs
for a
are winning.
table. He's looking for a
The Chiefs are
table.
winning.
No, that's only in Buffalo. He's only looking for a
That's fair.
table in Buffalo.
Yeah,
for a
he
screen
did look
door.
for a table. He couldn't find it.
He's
But
looking for a poker table in
hey,
Vegas. That's what he's
I
looking
don't
for.
even like to root for the Chiefs because their owner kind of screwed the Rams and us in St. Louis. But it's hard not to root. Dude, the Kelce brothers they're pure entertainment, man.
Yep.
And I just think the Chiefs are going to win.
Yeah.
I think
Chris,
Shanahan can't get over that.
To see he makes some poor decisions late. So what you're saying
Always
is,
does.
yeah. So Chris, what do you think? I mean, talking about the Chiefs, if they win, where do you do you
It
put
says in our thing, I brought it up. I said, who do you think's going to win? Why? Picks, go.
Right.
I just staked my claim. The Chiefs are winning. They got Swifty behind them. They are winning.
Pete and Repeat sat on a fence. Gosh. I mean, for me, it's the Patriots have obviously, if we lump everything together and say it's one solid run, they have one of the most impressive dynasties just in general. I mean, the Niners went how many years winning 12 plus games, and then how many Super Bowls did they win back between Montana / Steve Young? And I tell you what, everybody remembers the Steelers in the 70s. I don't think the Cowboys in the 70s. I think the Cowboys in the 90s. Man, I'll tell you what, Miami had a good run in the early 70s. They also went undefeated, and everybody keeps forgetting that. That's a little bit of a dynasty. As far listen, you're talking about the Chiefs. Yeah, they won this. They
won
2. They won back-to-back Super Bowls. Go look it up. And okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
and I believe they actually went to. They might have went to 3 in a row or 3 in 4 years and didn't win. And then they won 2 in a row. No, I'm talking the 70s, pre Dan Marino.
Oh, that's
Bob Greasy and Earl Morrall were the quarterbacks. You know?
Who?
Larry Zonka.
There it is.
Jim
There
Kidd.
it is.
There's a
There's
name I
Zonka.
know.
Mercury Morris.
I know Bob Greasy too. He's a quarterbacks coach somewhere. Where?
So Brian Greasy, you're thinking of who?
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway,
He's
it's
right.
fun or
Miami went in 71 and then lost to Dallas in 71, and then they
Dude, if
beat
it's
the
trivia,
Redskins and the
I'm not
Vikings
messing
in
with him.
72, 73.
If it's
73,
trivia,
73.
if it's trivia, I'm not messing with Chris.
So
Basketball, I'm messing.
That's
Trivia,
fair.
no.
But I mean, what the Chiefs are doing in this era of football with the salary cap and everything is super impressive. I mean, you can argue old stuff to new stuff and which is more impressive, whatever. The playoff links and how many more teams are in it now. I think they're arguably, if they do win, which I believe they're going to. I also have zero faith in Kyle Shanahan in the fourth quarter with the lead. I would say it's probably third or fourth at this point. I mean, and that's all debatable. I think the Patriots at the top, and what the Niners / Steelers did. I mean, you win 4 Super Bowls. It's hard to argue that. I mean, it just really is hard to argue that. You had one from Young, and then there's 5 for the Niners, and I don't think that really counts in that part because they won it in the middle of the Cowboys run. Right. And then the Cowboys, man, that's as much as I freaking hate the Cowboys, it's right. They're right there too. So I mean, I think they've got it for the Chiefs, for Mahomes. I think they have to win this one, and I think they have to at least get back in the next couple years to really put them at a different level than where they're at now. And I mean, it's super impressive. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I can't say in the guy's first 6 years as a quarterback, nobody has come close. He is the best quarterback in the first 6 years of all time.
And he's
hands down, no doubts about it.
And he's going to have another wave. He's young enough where he's going to win with this group, maybe have a few bad years or whatever. Then they retool, and he's going to win with another.
I really think that all depends on if Andy Reid's still around or who replaces Andy Reid.
And then the other part is if the management has the same
the
philosophy
enemy's
as it does
going to
now.
be back, boys. He's going to be back.
How'd that work out for the Redskins? Oh, wait. I mean, who gives a crap team?
Already.
Well, the Commanders, come on. He went to a crap organization. I almost
that's
said
his
something
fault.
else. He went to no, he had to try to. He wasn't getting a head coaching job.
He still ain't.
Went away from the Chiefs.
He still ain't.
If he goes back to the Chiefs and when Reid retires, he would be the head coach.
Listen,
Spags will be the coach before he is. Come on.
All kinds of trash gets hired to be coaches in the NFL.
You might be right.
Yeah, I don't know.
If he was that good,
head coach.
If he was that wanted, he would have been a head coach already.
By now,
Eric Mangini was a head coach.
Yeah.
Let's just remember that.
Yeah. Okay.
Throwing it out there.
So now here's the next part to this question.
Wait.
If the Chiefs lose, does that diminish what they've done? Okay, does that diminish what Mahomes has done? Again, Chris, you said, hey, it's the first 6 years of a career is the best. If they lose, how does it tarnish a legacy? Does it even tarnish a legacy?
I want to jump in on that, but I want to start on this one. I always usually wait, but I want to jump in on this one. I don't think it tarnishes his legacy whatsoever. The fact is that the Chiefs were so bad for however long during this season where guys couldn't catch anything. I mean, talk about getting hit in the hands and dropping the ball. How many games did they blow because dudes couldn't catch a ball? I mean, other people underperform. Patrick Mahomes is basically just saying, get on my back, let's go. For his legacy, not a damn bit. I mean, zero. The guy single-handedly, you take Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce had a lot of drops this season. Travis Kelce was not playing at the highest level up until that, especially the last couple games. So Mahomes' legacy, I don't think so at all. The fact that you get there, and we all know how hard it is from watching other quarterbacks play before all these guys, how hard it is to get there. Josh Allen may never get to the Super Bowl. I mean, it's like, unless he goes to the NFC, which he ain't because he signed the big deal with Buffalo, he might not ever go to the Super Bowl. There's a lot of other guys in the AFC who are really, really good. So getting there is one thing. He's already won, so there's that. He's already played and won and lost, and he basically carried him in that game too. He was doing everything he could run away from the Buccaneers. So he's played in 4. He's won 3, correct? or 2.
What?
Right now.
Super Bowls
He's
2.
won 2.
He's won 2. Yeah, that's correct. He's won 2 and he's played in 3.
Mhm.
How many other guys are even in that category? Jim Plunkett's won 2. Okay. And Dan Marino, who's better than Jim Plunkett, played in 1. Never won anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I don't think it tarnishes his legacy one bit. I think that's a stretch for people to try to find something to throw dirt on him.
Well, Jason said it. He's still early in his career. If this was in his late 30s, it might be a little bit of a different story, but he's going to have plenty of time to recover and prolong his legacy for his career.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. I mean, because you were talking about Kelce and you were talking about Josh Allen. So I'm not saying he is Michael Jordan, but what I'm saying is from the basketball to the football perspective, if you look at the AFC, if Mahomes continues to win, does he have that Jordan effect on all of these other QBs that Jordan had on all of the other players that he played against that never won a ring? I mean, you look at a Barkley, you look at some of these other guys, in that era, and you're like, man, they were already good and they were great, but because of Jordan, they never won a ring. Does he have that? Do you think he has that same foothold, if you will, in the NFL, or at least the AFC?
I think there's always going to be those guys that never won it. I mean, we went through the Brady era that some guys never got the chance to win.
Mm-hmm.
So
Brady and Peyton. I mean, between the two, and then if you throw in Roethlisberger, it was basically those 3 guys for what, 15, 20 years.
You probably could have, and Roethlisberger probably could have been a lot bigger if Brady wasn't in the AFC.
Oh yeah, and let's be honest, dude. We may be saying it here in another 8 or 9 years that Mahomes is the GOAT.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, it's very possible. I mean, look what, again, I can't say this enough. Look what he's already done in his first 6 years. Nobody's ever done that.
You say that, Chris, and nobody thought the Chiefs would be back after the way the receivers have played, after the way the regular season was going. I mean, people were like, "Oh my gosh, what is wrong with the Chiefs? Oh my gosh, what blah 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 blah." But when it has come time to perform, they performed. And
go ahead.
This could be a really good game. My edge is to the Chiefs.
And there's some players that are out that are hurt on both sides of the ball for Kansas City that are impact players, and I think, again, I mean, you take 2 weeks off, there's gonna be some rust early. So whoever can get to the quarterback, whatever defense is going to shine. I think you'll see that. But Kevin, go ahead.
I kind of forgot what I was going to say now.
Okay,
let's always cut Kevin off. Kevin's so nice.
Well,
you guys
Kevin,
are a-holes.
Everybody hates Kevin.
What the hell was I going to say?
So, okay, while you're thinking about that, okay, you're going to say
he just cut you off again. Why are you thinking about that?
So, okay, can the longevity of Mahomes last when he's going to maybe command or demand all of this boatload of money? I mean, again, we haven't seen it, and I don't know without looking what his percentage is, but I know for years, no team that had a QB that was 20% or more of the cap ever won. And I don't know where he's at. I know I've seen his mansion that he's got out on the other side of the state. And, if you've watched QB1, you got to see a little bit of it being built. And now that it's done, you're like, holy cow. Does his contract allow for the longevity? Because we already know what Brady did. He took discounts. So
he could.
And that's what I was thought about saying there at the end. As I just got back to it, is that his longevity is more so, and especially with an athlete and a quarterback in football, more so than basketball. His longevity is based on what's around him. Does he have a good coach around him like he does now? Because Andy Reid's not going to be there for his entire career. It's just not going to happen.
I just don't see Andy Reid hanging it up anytime soon. I mean,
No,
he's still got plenty of gas in the tank, and all he has to do is get him some nuggies.
But at what point does Andy Reid not have anything else to prove?
That's what I was going to say. Andy Reid and he's not had some great things in his family life.
Mhm.
So, I mean, how much longer do they win this year? And Andy Reid says, you know what?
I'm going to go spend some time at Hawaii.
What do you have to prove?
Yeah.
You can go out on top.
Well,
look at Dick Vermeil could have stayed, and I'll tell you right now, Dick Vermeil stays with the Rams. They beat your Patriots that year because they run the football.
I know.
Stupid, dumb.
He's talking about Mike Martz for anybody who isn't watching and didn't remember.
Marshall Faulk, you give him the ball, but
yeah, that helps.
I don't know. Andy Reid is. I mean, how old is Andy?
He's got to be in his 60s.
Yeah, I think he's mid 60s.
Dude, mid 60s. I want to be on a boat. I want to be fishing. I want to be relaxing.
Andy and that mustache just want to be eating cheeseburgers and all kinds of.
Andy Reid is 65 years old.
Andy Reid's going to have a Food Network show, traveling around tasting burgers.
I want to go
diners, drive-ins, and diners.
I would love it.
He's going to open up his version of Shula's Steakhouse, right?
Andy Reid is 65 years old.
Andy Reid is the next Guy Fieri.
Andy Reid is going to eat at stoplight.
Hey, he's going to open up his own rib place in Kansas City, right? There you go.
All right, so
he's going to be a Chris Grass Quadzilla.
Andy Reid is fourth all time in head coaching wins in NFL history. He is behind Bill Belichick, George Halas, and Don Shula.
How many wins behind?
Andy Reid has 258 wins. Belichick has 302. Belichick, if he could get a job in the next couple years, which I don't know at this point, but he obviously has a shot. The thing that Reid still has, if you talk about coaching another, let's say he coaches until he's 68, 69, that's still 3-4 years after this year. And then if you get 10 wins a year, that gives you 40 more. It puts you in striking distance. I don't know. He would have to coach at least probably 6-7 more years in order to break the record. I don't know if it's necessarily something that he really is saying that's what I want to do, but I think he's had a lot of success.
So we had this come in. It said, Jarvis, at 65, you want to be on a boat fishing? Your kid's just going to be starting middle school.
Where'd that come in at?
Kyle Moore. Boy, Kyle Moore. I'm throwing him under the bus. If he's watching the show and he isn't commenting on the show, then he gets thrown under the bus. That's exactly what happens.
Well,
you can't. We're not doing a secret show.
The only one I see. Oh, group text.
There we go.
Screw Kyle Moore.
Grandpa. Kyle. It's a group text.
Kyle,
hey, you know what that sounds like? A whole hell of a lot of jealousy. That's what that sounds like. So,
hey,
I'm gonna go to
Moore's admin. He's gonna be on a boat at like 52.
No, he's
what are you
admin.
talking?
He'll be on a boat way sooner than I will. But Brian Deering, fan of the coach's box.
I'm gonna throw it up there so everybody can see it. There. Yep, there it is.
He says it. Adjustments.
That's
what,
right.
He's right. Andy Reid does make adjustments. And I love that we forget is they were 11-6 and people were like, oh, it's a bad year. Dude.
Yeah. A lot of teams would love to have an 11-6 year.
Well, they had to go on the road. Remember, the Chiefs, they went on the road. Well, they proved that they're going to win it. It is destined for them to win this year.
Probably so.
Destined. It is destined, Florida.
I did not say scripted. Screw Zach McVey. I'm not on that train.
Destined, Florida. That's where it is.
Destined, Florida is a good place to visit. But
never been there.
I've been there.
But I'll tell you what. It's
hey, Brian,
it's extremely impressive.
Hey, Brian, if you're going to even comment on the show anymore, buy some squares, dude. You got money for all this other bull crap.
I guess say if he's at Vegas, he could buy some squares.
Man.
Well, yeah. If you go to as many Chiefs games as that dude does, you can buy some squares. And I'm kind of disappointed because your son played for me 4 years and May sold one thing.
He said, "Give me 2." Click the link, Brian. Click the link. Fill it out. Fill out
Does
it.
Jarvis
That way
get
we
credit
can
for
see
that
it.
sale?
I don't.
He
Hey, I
didn't
don't want to.
fundraise crap for me, so buy some squares.
Man, that helps.
Priorities.
I can see where Brian's going to be like, "Oh yeah, Jarvis, there you go. I'll just let me get some squares."
He's winning at least one quarter. He's winning
what?
at least one quarter.
Hey, you know what, McVey? Sometimes I think this coach speak guy over here forgets that our show says call it like we see it.
Well, he's running the show. He when he runs the show, he
well,
forgets the priorities.
Well, I did see the conversation before the show. Many people don't know. He lost something there. That's what it is.
Lost what? What are you talking about?
Well, sometimes people hang them on their hitch of their car or their truck.
Oh,
marbles. He's saying marbles. you got no marbles.
Man, Chris is gonna punch me the next time I see you.
Wait, here's your wing. Here's your drum. Here's your drum.
Sorry, here's your wings. Sorry. Remember, you're getting wings, not me.
I'm just gonna get you when you least expect it, Jason.
I know you will. Maybe your internet will work then.
Oh,
you never know.
Oh,
never know. Anyway, it's time for a commercial break.
Oh, look at you.
Yep, got to jump to it. So we come back. I'm sure we'll have some more to talk about.
We got to make our predictions.
Yeah, we gotta make. We already know Jason, so he doesn't have to talk.
Yeah,
rest of the
I
show.
tried to get you guys to make predictions. All I heard.
There we go. Hang on. That made it better. It just hey, it's like around the horn. So just go ahead and mute
I delete it. Can you hear me now? Because
I can't now. Anyway, we'll be right back with some more Coach's Box. We'll be right back. See you in a sec.
Jerk.
I'm a parking gate and I'm all out of whack.
Please insert your parking ticket.
It's gonna take a lot more than a little ticket to get out of here. And if you have cut rate car insurance, this could leave you all bent out of shape. No! So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me. Someone! That's broken too, pal.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
Imagine an HVAC as unnoticeable as the air itself. Sounds pretty good, huh? The new Daikin Fit. Air intelligence.
Give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com.
Hey guys, if you've been in to check out the changes at Case and Buck's Grub and Pub, stop by, check us out. We've got awesome wings. We got great pizza. We got a steak sandwich, a steak salad. Holy cow, we got games. We've got lotto. We've got cold beer. We've got a little bit of everything. Stop by, check us out. Check out the weekly specials. Barbecue, pork steaks, yum. Harold's Market, thank you, my friends. Check us out. We are waiting for you.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the third and final segment of the Coach's Box. Don't forget, you can like and follow our show. We don't really mind if you share it with anybody. If you want to sit around with your friends and make fun of us, make a drinking game out of certain things that we say. We've had that happen before, so go ahead and jump in on that fun. You can like us on Facebook, follow us there. You can also go back and watch us on YouTube. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, whatever you feel like doing. Again, make fun of us all you want. Drinking games are fun. And you can do that all for the grand total of $0 freaking dollars. And we always appreciate you guys tuning in to our show. And even if you watch at a later time and we're not live when you watch us, you know who you are, Coach Valroy. Don't forget to comment. We appreciate those comments, and we do end up getting to see him. Well, we know that he watches at certain parts of the day when the show's already come and gone. He doesn't watch live. He got time for that.
You mean when you're watching Disney? In your lush,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Your lush office.
I blocked Disney Plus, so he's not doing that anymore.
Honest to God, I couldn't tell you last time I turned on Disney Plus. They haven't had anything good on there anyway, so who cares? And the Mandalorian isn't coming out anyway, and Carl Weathers died, so that sucks. Yeah, and Toby Keith died today. Golly, it's just been a really bad month.
I know. It wasn't today, was it? I thought it was yesterday.
Was it? Was it yesterday?
It's running together, Chris. Yeah. Too bad.
All right, Zach, go ahead. Tell about what else we're doing here.
Okay, so kind of again before we get to our predictions, I heard.
What are we still not for the predictions? I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll shut up.
Do you not watch TV or movies? They don't give the big reveal till the end.
I'll just drink my Diet Coke.
There you go. All right. So now again, this is to try and get you guys to talk, but I've seen this. I've heard it.
Oh,
so here's the question: are the Chiefs and or Mahomes, are they becoming the evil empire of the NFL, comparing the Chiefs to the Yankees? And then are people tired of seeing Mahomes and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl? Because I've seen a lot of this on social media. Huh? What do you think, Kevin?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that they're not as hated as the Yankees. They're not as hated as the Patriots were in general. It's the Midwest factor. We're too nice. They enjoy us out here.
Too nice.
That was funny. They enjoy us out here.
They hate us because they ain't us. I don't know.
That's it.
I don't think that they're turning. I mean, listen, it doesn't matter what sport it is. Most of America usually likes an underdog, and the Chiefs are a likable team because Andy Reid's likable. He's doing commercials. He's funny. He likes nuggies. You got Patrick Mahomes, who's a likable guy. Probably the worst thing about the Chiefs that people want to pick apart is either the Taylor Swift effect or Brittany Mahomes, because I don't know how many times I see come across feed about
Jackson Mahomes.
Hey, well, yeah, or his brother,
We
or
were
his
going to touch
dad
that.
or something. I mean, it's always something like that. But as far as the Chiefs are concerned, the thing that they don't have is they don't have an owner like George Steinbrenner who doesn't care about anybody, firing managers, spending bukus of dollars without caring. And then you don't have the controversy surrounding the New England Patriots and the cheating stuff or Belichick's attitude about everything. And because they're winning and all that surround, I mean, the Tuck rule ended in a lot of people liking the Patriots from go. I mean, that's just the way it is because they thought that, it should have been a fumble. And yeah, it should have been a fumble. So how does that change the course of history? So a lot of people aren't going to like that. They're not an evil empire. They're just winning. And they just don't have that factor of whatever. And I think that's somebody's play in the media to try to make something out of nothing, because I don't see that. I just don't see anything there. I'm not a huge Chiefs fan. I root for them because they're in Missouri. We don't have a team anymore, thanks to Stan Kroenke, his evil ass. So yeah, I mean, I just don't see that. They're not the Patriots. They're not the Yankees. They're not any of those organizations. They're not the
fan base. I think the Chiefs fan base has a lot to do with it also, because they have such good fans. And I mean, you look at the stadium, and I mean, it's right next to Kauffman Stadium, and it's a place where you can tailgate. It's one of the loudest stadiums. Didn't they set a record for decibel levels one year?
I don't know. I couldn't hear it.
Right. Exactly. Right. I mean, I think it's that rather than you look at the Yankees and you look at the fans of the Yankees and they kind of come across as elitist and that type of, they're going to turn their nose up to everybody else. I don't think you have that here again, as Kevin alludes to with the Midwest, but so that might play into it. I think you're right, Chris, when you're talking about just the coach and I mean, again, even the players, like Jarvis said, you can't hate Kelce. He's just that, just like you couldn't hate Gronk. I mean, it's just.
A lot of people did.
Well,
a lot of people hate Kelce, and they jealous, they don't like
DBs.
it.
There you go. They're all what?
They're all DBs,
defensive backs.
Right.
They're all defensive backs. Trying to tackle him. I hate that guy. I hate that guy.
Defensive backs hate Kelce. That's what I was talking about.
Oh, God. He got the second level. I got to tackle him. I hate this guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I just don't think that's the case. I mean, if anybody wants to debate that, I just don't see it. Again, this is that time of the year where the media, before the game, when all they do is want to stir the pot and come up with, again, the media asks some really stupid questions and they put stupid things out there. Doug Williams, how long have you been a black quarterback? Well, I mean, my whole life since I've been playing football. Again, that's a media question. So I think it's a stupid take.
Is that because it's regional? We have regional bias?
No, I think it's just because it has nothing to do with that.
You don't think?
No, because if they were on the coast, it'd be a different story. They probably would be.
The media wants everybody to hate winners.
Yes.
You got to have a villain. I mean, you have to have a villain.
Kyle Shanahan's a great villain. How do you screw up? I mean, you talk about it's like the old Batman TV show back in the day. It's like, I finally got the Cape Crusaders. You're on the cusp of this, and I just blow it because I walked away from the trap that I said.
Yeah, he blew it in 2016 for the Atlanta Falcons, and I sat here in my own house and watched it.
Me too. I was there.
Almost every owner in the NFL can be a villain.
Well, that's true.
Even Clark Hunt in his own ways can be a villain in this whole thing.
Well, the fact
because he voted the freaking Rams out of here.
The fact that the owners vote to extend and keep Roger Goodell, also known as the Antichrist, makes it easy to say that the owners are complicit in being as much of the villain of the NFL as the Antichrist himself.
Much better. That was more like what this show is about. The coach's box, call it like we see it. Chris Miller, thank you for coming back. Coming back to what this show was created for.
Shut up.
And that is call it like we see it.
Not call
it like, oh, coaches speak. Oh, Brees is gonna kick my butt.
He's getting closer to the
I noticed that. Step away from the camera.
We don't have a game plan for our 7. No.
I cannot wait. I am going to go back when I finally have time, and I'm going to clip every damn time that you've used Coach.
When you have time, when basketball's over, the Chris Miller Sr. is gonna have you so busy, it ain't gonna matter.
Yeah, probably so.
The real Coach Miller.
Miller.
Man, that's your own brethren.
Just ask every AD in Southeast Missouri who the real Coach Miller is.
That's a fact.
So
the one that hasn't been at 7 districts.
He's one who's been in about 700 gyms in the state.
At least.
Yeah. Probably so.
That could still be you, Chris. I'm just saying.
That's right.
That's true.
Okay, so Jason, are you ready? Drum roll. We already know. Let's give our prediction.
Yeah, go ahead.
Our predictions and score. Predictions and score.
And the score.
Predictions and score.
Boy, that's tough.
And then after that, we'll do player of the game.
Well, we got Kyle Shanahan, so I'm going to say 35-17 Chiefs.
Wow.
A lot of points.
For the Chiefs, damn right.
Okay, Kevin.
in an effort to just be contrarian in
Okay.
a very Dan Campbell method. I'm going 31-28 Niners.
Oh, whoa. Wow. If Chris liked sound effects, we'd have a horn right now. We'd have the air
Did you
horn.
just say that Brock Purdy's going to win?
That's what he said.
Maybe.
You're a D-back.
Oh man, no pressure here.
I'm going for it on fourth and short like Dan Campbell did. I'm picking the Niners.
You're definitely a D-back. You take the points. You watched the show last week. Take the points.
It was on the show last week. I'm not Jim Powers.
That's how insignificant
Jim
you were.
Powers. By the way, congratulations, Jim Powers. You won tonight. Where are you at?
Where are you at?
Where are you at? Where you at?
That was good.
Okay. I'm gonna say in a low scoring affair, I'm going to say Chiefs 21, 49ers 17.
What'd you say?
Chiefs 21, 49ers 17.
I'm with you. Oh, be quiet, Mike Kinder.
That's funny.
Hey man, that's
Niner gang. Niner gang. No.
Mike Kinder, that's Herky greatness right there. You better be careful.
I know he was a great pitcher at Herky, but he doesn't know football.
Oh man.
Like most of the Herky people say, I don't know basketball, but it's all
Oh
man.
my gosh. All right, Chris.
Oh boy. That's put me on the spot here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I look at it like this. I think that I think the Niners will have a good game plan. I know that they can run the ball. They got CMC. He's really damn good.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Kyle Shanahan is an offensive guru, and he's obviously got the most out of Brock Purdy, and he's got the best weapons around as far as the team's concerned on
I don't
offense.
like how this is going, Chris.
That's like how's he
It's called a setup.
He's setting
Called
this
a
up.
setup.
I'm just telling you what you want me to call it like I see it, then shut the hell up and let me finish.
Never happens.
No, I know. Shut
Don't
up.
speak.
No, take your ADD and shut up. All right. So here's how this is going to go. The Niners are going to be the first ones to score. Okay. Then Chiefs are they're gonna probably at least get a field goal out of it, and I think the Niners jump out to a couple touchdown lead, and then Kyle Shanahan will be Kyle Shanahan in the fourth quarter,
He set it
and
up.
Mahomes will do Mahomes things because he's Patrick Mahomes, and the Niners will be ahead towards the end of the fourth quarter. And it's going to be, at that point, it will be 28-27 49ers until Patrick Mahomes takes them the length of the field for the game-winning field goal. And they will win because this is not Buffalo, and they will not shank it. And Mahomes will cement his legacy as one of the, if not the greatest quarterbacks of all time with his third Super Bowl win in 4 appearances, and Kyle Shanahan will probably be on suicide watch for blowing another Super Bowl because he's Kyle Shanahan, and that's what Kyle Shanahan does. And
the monkey comes off the back this year.
I think.
What
No.
is this? Third, fourth, fifth? What time is this for him?
It's his third Super Bowl trip. Second as a head coach. Third is third overall because he was the offensive coordinator. And Dan Quinn is another reason why I never hired Dan Quinn is because he allowed that to happen. Like when you have ultimate veto power and you're the head coach of the Falcons, you could have said, "Okay, listen, we are going to run the ball, and I'm going to just turn his head off. Okay, let's just run the ball. That's all you got to do. If they run the ball, the Patriots do not win. Matt Ryan is a Super Bowl winner. Instead, Matt Ryan is the Dan Marino light, natty light version of quarterbacks. One good year and some good numbers, and that's it. You're done. You've been there one time. He could have had a Super Bowl win. Instead, you got Trent Dilfer has a Super Bowl win. Matt Ryan does not. What are you doing,
Hey,
Jason?
Matt Ryan should have checked out just the plays.
Look at
I can't
look
see.
at his pants.
It's the Zumba pants, huh?
What in the hell's he got on?
Why are you even paying attention?
He's not.
Those are original.
I wouldn't listen to a
DKs right
damn
there.
Sweet tea is strong tonight over at the Jarvis household.
Hey,
I don't know.
I'm going to tell you, you're like, oh, wait, don't coaches speak. And then it's how you go listen to it.
Okay, player of the game. Player of the game.
Patrick Mahomes. Are you kidding?
Okay. Or Super Bowl MVP. Go ahead, Mahomes. Kevin?
Christian McCaffrey.
Chris?
Shut up.
Travis Kelce. Travis
okay.
Kelce, because Travis Kelce will tie the record for catches in the Super Bowl because the way the Niners play defense, and he's going to have an absolute field day. Field day.
Then he's going to make out with Taylor Swift.
And he's going to make out with Taylor Swift.
He's proposing. If he wins, he proposes to Taylor Swift.
No
way.
way. What's the prop bet on that one? What's the prop bet on that one?
They had when they first came out, they had all kinds of bets about how long it was going to last. When is she going to make a single off of his, off of that relationship?
Off the breakup, yeah.
Oh my. Okay. Oh, when she going to be pregnant? All that stuff.
All right.
Here's my pick, and I don't even know how to pronounce this guy's name. It's Rice from the Chiefs? Is it Rashid?
I can see him being the MVP.
I think he's the sleeper. I think he's the sleeper. And I think
best receiver on their team.
He winds up getting 6 catches, 100+ yards, 2 touchdowns.
I don't agree with you much, McVey.
I'm just
you might be on this.
I think now last one, and then Chris, you can tell us if we're going to keep talking if we're getting in the show. The Chiefs always have an interesting practice. You go back to that QB1 show, and Andy Reid, part of the reason why players love him, they let the players create their own type of offense, their own plays, right?
Yeah, they do.
Do we see some type of special play in a special situation where the guys, they're not dancing around and parading, ringing around the rosy, they're doing something else? What do you think? We going to see that this year?
Well, yeah, I think so.
I think you're going to see it.
That's what they do.
It's the Super Bowl, of course. You're going to see it.
Hey, that's what makes the Chiefs fun. That's why you can't hate the Chiefs because they do crap like that too. So that evil empire stuff's a bunch of bullshit. Come on, man. They're not.
No, they're not Dallas Cowboys, or they're not the Patriots.
God, you had to bring up the freaking Cowboys. I'll tell you what, I hate hearing about them on like you listen to national unsportsmanlike before the opening drive comes on, and all they do they talk again. You talk about the Cowboys and the Lakers, and I've said this so many times. It's like, wait,
don't mess with my Lake show.
Yeah, I will. How about that? LeBron ain't gonna be there. I would trade his ass. Okay, they should trade him.
Can I
trade him right now?
I hate LeBron.
Trade him.
Trade him to some place like Memphis. That would just someplace awful.
I don't even want him that close to me.
I'd go.
Vancouver
I would
still
go.
have a team. Send him to Vancouver.
Wish they did. Send him to Toronto.
Send him to Calgary.
Send him to the Clippers.
I'm just not a LeBron. I never liked LeBron. Never have.
Really?
I liked LeBron when he had that terrible team that he took to the finals and got swept by the Spurs in 2007 with good Hairjau on that team, and everybody else sucked.
And that Mo Williams on that
Mo
team?
Williams, and they beat the Magic, who had a really good team, and he wasn't so full of himself, and then he does the decision, and it's like, this is the worst thing ever. And then the freaking Mavericks beat him.
Dude, I can't even stand his mannerisms. There's nothing he does that I like.
He wears a Lakers jersey. Over under. Will they build true or false? Will they build a statue of LeBron in Los Angeles in honor of him?
No.
He's only won one, right?
Cleveland, yeah.
It'll be in Cleveland.
Yes,
He'll go back. I bet he'll go back
finish
to
his career in
Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even
Him,
take
him
him
and
back.
Bronny. Him and Bronny in
Bronny.
Cleveland.
Undrafted. He's going undrafted. Okay.
I would trade. Listen, I would. If I'm the Lakers, I'm going to trade LeBron, and they should, to get something out of him, because he's not going to re-sign there. He's just not. He's not.
Okay. So last one here.
Trade him.
If you could see.
Oh, by the way, hang on, Zach. Travis Kelce is going to be MVP. I don't know if I said that.
Okay.
I forgot.
If you could see on your wish list for the Super Bowl, what's a commercial? What's a company commercial that you would like to see come Super Bowl time?
I got two that always Doritos.
Okay.
And Budweiser.
Me took one of mine, Budweiser.
I want to see after all the controversy that Bud Light went through, and rightfully so.
I'm with
rightfully
you on
so.
that.
I want to see them getting back to the good Bud Light commercials, like "Real Man of Genius." Those were so freaking good.
Oh man!
I mean, I remember back in the day. I mean, it's been like I don't know how many years now, but I downloaded every single one of those to my computer and made a CD. And it
was that Napster?
They made a CD. They sold CDs with all of them on there.
I know I bought that, but then there was so much more, and then I could just pirate them. So why would I buy anything? It was probably Napster or LimeWire.
Illegal,
right?
Yeah.
No, hey,
Details, guidelines, just guidelines.
Paywalls. You didn't even like paywalls back then.
Still didn't. No, if I could find one of those cards.
This dude hates paywalls like all of us.
We don't need these stores. Walmart's just a paywall. I'm taking it with me.
I'm not going to be one of those people who goes and buys go to find sports cards at Walmart, opens the packs while I'm there, takes what I want, and leaves everything else. So no, I mean, that's kind of how I feel about it. I think that Bud Light. I mean, I want to see Bud Light have good commercials again, at least be funny and not do stupid crap like they did before.
I wouldn't also mind seeing a couple of direct TV ones, like where they use the whole chain reaction of events, direct TV commercials.
Those are good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember some of the funny ones from back in the day. Most of the ones I remember are always the Bud Light ones, just because they always had.
All of them. Yeah, I want to see a movie trailer for something that's going to be coming out relatively soon that we haven't seen anything yet. That was always good to see some of the new movies that are going to be coming out.
I'd love to see a movie trailer of a movie that's not a remake from the 80s or 90s.
Right. Well, back to
the
or
you gotta remake the best. That's the best decades you can talk about. We do.
Hey, 16 Candles. You remember that movie? Now we're watching 87 Candles.
Is Molly Ringwald even alive?
It's Molly Ringwald's funeral is what it is.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Man.
Put people in the grave.
That's what I got. Fellas, you got other bits that you want to talk about on the show, have at it. But that's all we had on the agenda.
Oh, look at this guy. The window must be wide open.
No, I'm just saying. That's all we got. Hey, Jarvis, I asked for input on the show, and I said, hey, I'm out. And
I know.
Input, I put. No in.
Input,
I put.
Output. Yeah.
In or out? No in. I put. Okay, cool.
Hey, one last thing to mention. We're less than 2 weeks away from spring training.
Yay. So does that mean they had to start now because they got to get their walkers ready?
Hey, they traded a bullpen arm today.
They traded for or traded a bullpen?
Traded out a bullpen arm.
Okay.
So
getting somebody from the Giants
for cash consideration. Not
So-
even cash, just cash consideration.
Well, they're smarter than us because they got rid of that guy, the 30 home run guy.
Nope, they kept him.
Well, I know they ended up getting to keep him, even though
because he strikes out 48% of the time.
Oh well.
Hey, doesn't Schwarber do the same thing?
He was coming out of my mouth, and you all right, man.
He hits less than 200, but 40 bombs, and that's everything's like, oh, that's great.
Yeah, this guy only hit 30 bombs in AAA, so he's not quite to Schwarber's level yet.
Well, he also gets on base. And that's the thing about Schwarber.
Like
Schwarber gets on base.
Schwarber either homers, strikeouts, or walks. That's all he does.
3 true outcomes of baseball. He is an analytical guru's dream.
So
he's Fat Jonah Hill on Moneyball's dream. While he's over there salivating for Kevin Youkilis, that's exact. He was thinking about Kyle Schwarber.
Mark it down. I'm not going to any Cardinal games that I have to pay for. None.
What if they turn out to be good?
So they had an argument on.
What if we win the lotto? I mean,
Well, then I'm
Lotto. I'll give you 7 digits for your mother for $1 tomorrow.
Hey, if I win the lotto, Coach's Box is going to do a show from a suite at the Cardinal game,
saying how much we hate the roster,
and then you want to,
Bill, come on over here. Hang on, I got something to tell you.
And then you all want to think you've seen Call It Like We See It.
Oh man!
When I'm retired, Call It Like We See It is going to be the
we're inviting
bomb.
all the friends.
Receipts. He's getting the receipts out.
We're inviting all the friends.
Not Dion.
We're talking
Yes,
Rhodes.
receipts.
We're talking Valeroy, Winkler.
Well, yeah, they're all going to be there because they're part of the rotation of the Cardinals. They're in the bullpen.
So basically, hey, Winkler and Valeroy, he said you're a geriatric.
I'm
too tired to laugh.
Hey, throw Ron Rhodes in there too while you're at it. Hey,
No,
Davis, are you watching too?
No, he's got to make sure they all
too.
stay. He's got to make sure they all stay at the right weight. He's dealing with
God.
He's putting them in the trash bags.
I still can't believe he got away with it, one, and then two got to talk about it on a show where everyone can see it.
Again, statute limitations. He doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
He's going to say, here, look at my state championship rings, both of them.
I'm in the Hall of Fame. Shut up.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's what I'm missing.
Yeah.
He's Bud Kilmer.
My boy's causing you problems.
On the windows.
Now we go on the club.
See,
I want you to hold this in your hand and say, I'm a dumbass kid.
Totally different subject, but there's just not any sports movies.
Oh my
like
God.
the
How
old
many
ones.
times have we said this on this show?
We will say it every week because this show is free. There's no paywall.
And because we need some new sports movies that entertain us.
Right.
If you can't be entertained with sports movies, you just need to watch our podcast and let us talk about the sports movies that are not entertaining.
Is Varsity Blues the last one that entertained me? It's about it.
I don't know, Jason.
There's been all kinds.
The program's a little older.
Oh, is it? Oh,
a little bit. Yeah,
I don't know.
When
I
you
think
get to my
it's
age,
time.
they all melt together.
I think it's time for us to say next week.
Good call, Jason. Research does you well.
Hey, but before you do,
wait.
Buy some squares, Coach's Box squares.
Super Bowl squares. Super Bowl squares.
Yeah, but the Coach's Box Super Bowl squares.
Right?
Coach's Box. Get some squares.
Come
on, guys. Get some squares.
Let me guess. Jason doesn't work in sales.
Nope.
Jason, why don't you?
Hey,
wait, Jay,
you
wait,
want
no,
some
stop,
of these
Zach.
watches?
Stop it. Jason, I want you to tell the people right now. Okay, we're going to you only. I want you to tell the folks right now about our Super Bowl Square Challenge. Go.
Hey, Super Bowl Square Challenge. Here at the Coach's Box, we try to keep everything free. Ask the guys, what do we keep it? Free. Everything here is free. So please buy some squares. You'll win because I'm going to buy a couple. That means I'm losing. So you have a better chance. So please buy some squares. Enjoy the game. Have some fun. Support the Coach's Box.
How much are they, Jason?
Are they $10? I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah, they're $10. They're $10
Okay, I
He
thought
didn't write it down on his notes. His
No,
research.
that
He can only
$10.
research
no,
at a
not on my
time.
Oh
notes.
my gosh, you made notes for the show?
You guys said I did research.
Oh my gosh.
It's a scouting report for St. Vincent.
No, it's not.
Wait. This is the wrong stuff. Hang on. I didn't have my cheaters on. Oh my gosh. Anyway, Jason is right. Even though he asked the question when I asked $10 for a Super Bowl square, you can buy one. We really appreciate that. You can buy a lot of. We really appreciate that. Get yourself a chance to win some money and turn $10 into possibly $100 or $300. I did the math right that time. So
That's
final
a
score.
pretty
Final
good-
score.
That's
Yeah.
a good percentage.
Or you could be like one of the people who did before and win $500 doing this because they won 3 out of the 4 quarters. So it's a fun thing. And Jason's right. It does help us keep the lights on and running and bring all of this content to you for free. And hopefully we can do some more stuff in the spring and summertime and help promote high school sports. And that's kind of what we want to do. So, but yeah, our next show will hopefully be next week. Don't know when, because I've got 3 games in a row in the middle of the week, because unlike what Zach was saying about the weather being cooperative this month, we had to stack some games just to get them in. So we'll figure out the next show, and we will let you know, and you can tune in for a grand total of $0. But fellas, been a fun show. Can't wait to watch the Super Bowl and for us to get on our group message and blow that thing up during the game.
Yeah,
and then
Jim just posted something. Let's get on it.
and anyway, and then all of us,
under the bus, man. He's never here.
All of us take off work the next day. Should be a lot of fun.
I'm telling you, come on now, let's go. Federal holiday.
Are we taking off the next day?
Federal holiday.
Yeah,
Federal
we got
holiday.
registration that week. I can't take off.
I got days.
I got some days. Yeah, that's all right. I'll just show up to practice. Yeah. Anyway, appreciate you guys tuning in for another episode of the Coach's Box. Again, jump in, get some Super Bowl squares. We'll be selling them until Saturday. For all the guys, have a great night. Good night. God bless, and go Chiefs. We'll see you all next week.
Go Niners.
This episode of the Coach's Box, Call It Like We See It podcast is brought to you by Off the Rails Media. Life's more fun when you're off the rails.